shortcut. A perfect square trinomial obviously is a trinomial. It's 3 terms. The first term and the last term can be square rooted. So I can square root 4x squared, and I can square root 49. And the middle has to be 2 times the square root of a times the square root of c. This is that example we did at the very beginning with the perfect square trinomial. You guys realize you can square root the first term, square root the last, and the middle is a doubling result of the square root of a times the square root of c. I'm going to show you the shortcut, and then we're going to compare it to the long method. Okay, the steps on the side say, take the square root of a and the square root of c. What is the square root of this first term?
2x.
2x.
40, the square root of 49 is 8? No. Sorry, 1 second. 7, sorry.
7. Now I'm not going to make it plus and minus. If I make it plus and minus, the middle term cancels out. So what I'm actually going to do is use the sign of the middle term. So in this case, they both have to be a plus. So square root of 4x squared is 2x. Square root of 49 is 7. I'm grabbing the sign in the middle because when I do the outer and the inner FOIL, I'm going to get 14x plus 14x, which adds together to give me positive 28x. Guys, this is done. This is factored. FOIL it, you're going to get 4x squared, 14x plus 14x, 28x plus 49. Let's compare this to, though, if we don't remember to check to see if it's a perfect square trinomial. Okay, our other option is to do the a times c method. You don't have to write this down. 4x squared, 28, and 49. Okay, let's say we're looking at our factoring flowchart and we're like, okay, it can't be common factored. It is a trinomial. A does not equal 1. According to my factoring flowchart, I have to do the a times c method. What's 4 times 49?
$196.
All right, what factors of 196 give me 28?
98.
What times what gives me 196 and 28 when you add them together? What are your factors of 196, guys?
You have 2. You have 4.
7. If you divide 196 by 7, you get 28.
But if I add those together, I get 35. I need them to add to 28. So keep going. $14 and $14. Okay, I'm just going to do this. You guys can just watch because I think you'll realize the shortcut really becomes a big asset here. So I'm going to do 14x plus 14x plus 49. I'm going to common factor my pairs. 2x and 7, positive 7. I know I'm on the right track because my 2 brackets are the same. So I have 2x plus 7. And actually, my second bracket is also 2x plus 7. The long method gives me the exact same thing as what we just did, but a whole lot longer. Okay, so on the bottom of your factoring flowchart, what I want you guys to do underneath this factor using the A times C method, factor by grouping. I can't really, underneath this rectangle, I want you to put a star or an asterisk below it and say check for perfect square trinomial. Just put a little asterisk underneath this rectangle and say check for perfect square trinomial. All right, let's try this one here. Oh, we don't want to do the A times C method. Does anyone want to work with factors of 25 times 36?
No.
That's 900. Okay,
Yeah.
so big numbers, first clue, look for perfect square trinomial. Can I square root 25x squared?
Yes, and you can square root 36.
Perfect. Now let's check the 60. Is 60 a result of 2 times 5 times 6?
No.
What's 2
Oh, yeah,
times?
yeah.
Yeah,
Wait.
okay. So this is a perfect square trinomial. Okay, great, but now what do? I should be
So
able to factor it
so
like this.
Don't you want to factor? Okay, so you're gonna factor, or you're gonna divide 25, square 25x squared, which is gonna be 5, and then you're gonna have to use that sign with that 60x, and then 36 squared is 6, so it's gonna be subtract 6, and then and then you're gonna 5, and then subtract 6.
Yeah, perfect. So both brackets end up being the same in a perfect square trinomial. If you want to write that as 5x squared, sorry, 5x minus 6 squared, that's the same thing. So you guys can feel free to write it either way.
Wait, why would you do the other thing if this way is way easier?
Because you have to recognize that this is a shortcut, Matthew. Most people do the long method on accident because they don't realize it's a perfect square trinomial.
Can't you just look at all of them and see if they're squared?
Yeah, you definitely can, but it also means you have to be that focused, right? To be aware that you can square root them takes an extra level of focus. All right, I want you guys to try these 4. They're literally only just perfect square trinomials and difference of squares. You try these 4. Let's say, gonna give you a minute and a half apiece. So I'm gonna set a timer for 6 minutes, and then I'm gonna have you guys tell me the answers. Try these 4. You have 6 minutes.